Space and time, two things we experience every day. But what if I told you we don't really understand what they are? Could time be an illusion, and space something far stranger than we ever imagined? Stay with me, because what you're about to learn might just bend your perception of reality. From the moment we wake up, we move through space and experience time ticking by. It feels simple, right? But physicists will tell you that space and time are among the deepest mysteries in the universe. In this video, we're going to explore what space and time really are, and why understanding them could unlock the secrets of the cosmos itself. The challenge with understanding space and time starts with the fact that, for centuries, we thought they were just the background of the universe, the stage where everything happens. But with the rise of modern physics, especially Einstein's theories of relativity, we've come to realize that space and time are anything but passive. They bend, stretch, and interact with everything in the universe, including gravity itself. The problem is, despite all of our advancements, we still can't fully explain them. Are they fundamental ingredients of reality? Or could they be emergent, meaning they arise from something even deeper? Could time, for example, be something that only exists in our minds, while space is a more flexible, dynamic thing than we've ever thought? Let's start with space. We tend to think of space as the vast nothingness between objects, a void. But modern physics tells us that space is more like a fabric. Einstein's theory of general relativity changed everything by showing that space can bend and warp under the influence of gravity. Massive objects, like planets or stars, actually curve the space around them. That's why Earth orbits the Sun. It's not being pulled by some invisible force. It's following the curved path created by the Sun's gravity in space. But here's the mind-blowing part. Space isn't static, it can stretch. The universe is expanding, which means that the fabric of space itself is getting larger over time. Galaxies aren't moving away from each other through space. Space is growing between them. This expansion raises all kinds of questions. What is space expanding into? Could there be more to space than what we see? Is there a limit to this expansion? Or will space continue to stretch forever? Now, let's talk about something even stranger. Dark energy. If space is a fabric, dark energy is the mysterious force pushing it apart. About 68% of the universe is made up of dark energy, yet we have no idea what it really is. All we know is that it's responsible for the accelerated expansion of the universe. This raises a fascinating challenge. If space is expanding because of dark energy, could it mean that space itself is a form of energy? Is dark energy just a hidden aspect of space that we haven't fully understood yet? And more importantly, could understanding dark energy lead to revolutionary advancements, like manipulating space for faster than light travel? Now let's move to time, something we're all intimately familiar with, but which remains one of the most puzzling concepts in physics. For most of human history, time seems simple. It flows forward, second by second, minute by minute. But Einstein showed that time is relative. It can stretch and shrink depending on how fast you're moving or how close you are to a massive object. This leads to some mind-blowing consequences. For example, if you're near a black hole, time moves slower for you than it does for someone far away. In fact, if you were to orbit close to a black hole for what feels like a few hours, decades could pass for someone back on Earth. So, what is time, really? Is it something that exists independently of us, or is it tied to our perception? Could time be an illusion, a human construct to make sense of the universe? But there's more to time than just relativity. One of the biggest mysteries is why time seems to move in only one direction, forward. This is known as the arrow of time. The universe follows a certain rule. Things tend to move from order to disorder, known as entropy. For example, you can break a glass, and it will shatter into pieces, but those pieces won't suddenly come back together into a glass. This increasing disorder seems to be the driving force behind time's one-way direction. But here's the kicker. According to the fundamental laws of physics, time doesn't have to flow in one direction. So why does it? Some scientists believe that the arrow of time is tied to the expansion of the universe. As the universe grows, entropy increases, and time moves forward. Could time reverse if the universe started to contract? And what does that mean for the future of time? Now, quantum physics complicates the picture even further. At the quantum level, particles can exist in multiple states at once, and time doesn't seem to work the same way it does in the world we experience. Some physicists suggest that at the smallest scales, time might not exist at all. Instead, what we perceive as time could be an emergent property that only appears when we zoom out to the larger scale of the universe. This leads to a profound question. Could time and space both be emergent properties? Could they arise from something even more fundamental? Something beyond our current understanding of physics? Physicists have long sought a way to unify Einstein's theory of relativity with quantum mechanics. This is known as the search for a theory of quantum gravity, a theory that would explain how space and time work at both the cosmic scale and the tiny quantum scale. One of the leading candidates for this is string theory, which suggests that the fundamental building blocks of the universe aren't particles, but tiny, vibrating strings. These strings, in theory, could explain both the large-scale structure of spacetime and the quantum behavior of particles. But string theory is far from proven. Could it be the key to unlocking the true nature of space and time? Or is there an even deeper level of reality waiting to be discovered? Here's the mind-blowing truth. We still don't fully understand what space and time are. The more we learn, the stranger they become. Space might not be a simple void, but a dynamic fabric that bends, stretches, and even creates new universes. And time, well, time might not exist the way we think it does at all. It could be an illusion, a byproduct of how we perceive the universe. Or it could be tied to some hidden structure that we haven't yet uncovered. The quest to understand space and time is far from over, and with every new discovery, we're one step closer to unraveling the deepest mysteries of reality. Space and time, two of the most fundamental aspects of our existence, are also two of the greatest mysteries we face. From Einstein's bending of space to the possibility that time is an illusion, we've only scratched the surface of what they really are. As we continue to explore the universe, the answers to these questions may reshape our entire understanding of reality. Subscribe for more deep dives into the mysteries of the universe, or check out the next video for another mind-blowing journey.